What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, you could argue that the MCU is big enough that at some point, almost all the actors in Hollywood have at least talked to Marvel Studios or been in the running for a role, and when you add on top of that fan casting and concept art, it's probably somewhat close to true. But there are actors that have been tied to the MCU in a lot more than others, one of which stemming back to last year in Ryan Gosling, whose name consistently showed up so closely tied to a rumored Nova project that was in development that he actually acknowledged this rumor head on when asked about it in an interview and said that he had not talked to them about Nova, but would like to play Ghost Rider. Well, just weeks ago, Ryan Gosling's name came up again in a confirmed meeting with Marvel Studios by multiple industry insiders, and because of the timing of that report and what was going on with Jonathan Majors' Kang and rumors about Doctor Doom, we speculated just a little bit that it could possibly be for that role. Well, today, one of those trusted industry insiders has shed a little bit of light on this and confirmed at least one of the roles that Ryan Gosling has talked to Marvel about, which actually has some further implications. We're going to break it down, who this role is, what it would mean for that project and the actor, and what other roles might be involved. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so breaking early this morning and coming from trusted industry insider Daniel RPK, one of the same industry insiders that indicated that Gosling had already met with Marvel, indicated that it looks like at least one of the roles that he talked to Marvel about was the project of Nova. This after again debunking that he had spoken to them about this role last year, but indicating that he wanted to play Ghost Rider. Now there's a ton of implications here, the first of which this confirms the heavily rumored Nova project, which, if the rumor mill has been correct, has changed courses a couple of times over at Marvel Studios. Originally reported as a Disney Plus series or maybe something aimed at a special presentation, then it reportedly changed into a feature-length film for the silver screen, and then by all accounts perhaps was one of the projects that might have been put on the side when Bob Iger returned to sort of strip back and make the quantity over quality mantra the main point at Marvel Studios. At that point, we hadn't heard much about Nova at all over the last 6 months, and of many of the projects that have come up in the rumor mill, this hasn't been anywhere to be found. So it sounds like that is still a go by all accounts now, especially if he's meeting with them for the role. It also sort of points to this project being related to the Multiverse saga if they're actively meeting and for casting now. Now, admittedly, sometimes they cast these roles years in advance, say for like Mahershala Ali, who's been Blade since 2019 but has yet to actually be introduced on the silver screen, except for being off-screen and doing a voiceover at the end of the Eternals for a post-credit scene. Which I bring up on purpose because while this may be an active casting and for him to play Nova in his own project down the road, the reason they may be imminently casting it now is for, say, a post-credit scene or an appearance in the MCU in some other project that they're getting ready to do. Marvel Studios is actively casting for a ton of stuff right now, but this could explain why they're looking to get the role of Nova filled and why there might not be a Nova project anywhere on the horizon. I've always thought it's one of those projects you could do into the next saga to keep a presence in the cosmic side of Marvel, which you know that they're going to do, and there's so many cosmic characters at the moment they have not had a chance to revisit, like Adam Warlock. Well, to me, I wasn't surprised that we stopped hearing about a Nova project, because it's like at some point you've got to go ahead and get back to characters like Adam Warlock, like Eros, like Pip. They just don't have time, they don't have the real estate cinematically to get all of these characters enough screen time anyway. That's why I was totally cool with seeing Nova somewhere down the road. We'll have to wait and see now with this news whether or not that project shows up during the announcements this summer at San Diego Comic-Con or D23. Now, if you read between the lines, the other huge implication is that if Daniel RBK is saying this is one of the roles, that means that Marvel Studios met with Ryan Gosling with the intention of getting him into the MCU and is open to talking about multiple roles. So number one, I can't wait to see if the other roles will be revealed the way this was. Number two, since Ryan Gosling has publicly said that he wanted to play Ghost Rider, you have to imagine that that would have come up at the table and during the meeting. And I just think, thinking out loud here and logically, if Mahershala Ali could sit down with Marvel Studios and say, hey, I want to play Blade, and even though it has not been on his timetable, and let's admit it's taken more than a couple of rewrites to get that project on track, Marvel still gave him the role that he requested. So when you compare Mahershala Ali to someone like, say, Ryan Gosling, you'd have to imagine that if he sat down at that meeting and was insistent that the only role he wanted to play for Marvel, if and then, was Ghost Rider, that even though Ghost Rider might not be on their timetable, it may be a while before we get to a Ghost Rider in a Midnight Suns, that they would still just give him Ghost Rider. And there is a quote out there from Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. It's something along the lines of, if Ryan Gosling wants to be in the universe, we'll find a place for him in the universe. But Ghost Rider or not, I think there are a ton of compelling roles on the table that Marvel Studios could offer Ryan Gosling right now, and for a lot of reasons, I actually think he would be an excellent Nova, especially if they follow the storyline, and maybe for a video that's long overdue, we'll explain exactly what the front end of that movie is going to look like. It's an event that's already been set, taking place during the Infinity Saga. Would be absolutely amazing to revisit, or maybe even a character like the Beyonder that you sort of have to admit sort of bears a resemblance and from some of the comic iterations of the character. Again, so many compelling roles at the end of the Multiverse Saga, it's kind of impossible to whittle it down what else may have been on the list. Hopefully we'll hear soon, but this is what I will say as a final thought, because so many of you weighed in, and when we were talking about the possibility of Doctor Doom, asking if it's possible that he's Reed Richards or maybe a part of this Fantastic Four that they're actively casting for, and I would just have to say no at this point. Of any of the names that have been brought up and any of the confirmations we've had through the industry insider mill, the editorials, the Hollywood trades, Pedro Pascal is already Reed Richards. So no, I don't see him as a member of the Fantastic Four, and while Doctor Doom may still be on the table, I think it's probably a lot more likely he's going to end up playing a superhero than a supervillain. But that being said, you guys let me know down in the comments, if you could have it your way, where would you cast Ryan Gosling in the MCU and for what role? I am all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, and we're going to continue to do so until either the PlayStation 5 Pro or the PlayStation 6 comes out. At this rate, who knows what's next. But we're doing so for every Marvel Studios drop this year. X-Men 97, Deadpool and Wolverine, Agatha Coven of Chaos, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and whatever else comes out this year, a PlayStation 5 will be given away. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here at this segment, live with my voice and the comments shown on screen. So always stay safe and vigilant, really, on YouTube or any other platform. And if you should ever get a comment from someone pretending to be your favorite content creator claiming you won, just report that comment to the respective platform. They do a great job of banning those accounts and quickly. The best way to keep up with the content here at the channel has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you're listening to original music under the name All Fires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon. Go Bills.